Schisms that fucked up by living, you know I just be cool myself. Oh, all these isms and schisms that fucked up by living, you know I just be cool it up. Oh, all these isms and schisms that fucked up by living, you know I just be cool it up. Fuck a perfect picture, I just need a line to explain all these visions that's controlled in my mind. My only fear is that this life not mine. I wasn't built for mediocrity, bitch, I'm divine. Mr. Savage, I'm savage and I'm down for mine. Cut through mine when I'm golden and I can't help but shine. Can't lie, going through hell where all the demons dwell. What police kill black man, never see jail cell. Black man misdemeanor, he can't afford bail. He got 30 days off his job, typical tale. Felonies for a little weed. They don't care about the crime, them laws are seeded. Sick of kids robbing people without a pot to piss in. Young fucks killing like killers because they have no vision. How in the hell could they see from
Ooh. I want to try that dragon. I don't think none of y'all ready for the dragon, boy. If you can handle the dragon, I'll give you one. I'm pretty sure I don't know if none of y'all can handle these hot peppers. Some hot peppers.
Soliloquy. I just want to speak my mind. Speak my mind. If that were possible.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Savage Talk with your host, Savage Soliloquy. Mwah. If you don't know who I am a hip-hop artist, activist, scholar, Cleveland legend. I didn't put them titles on myself, but I accept them. But on Savage Talk, we talk about a lot of real things. We talk about current events. We give our hot take on them. We talk about health, wellness, and we talk about the Black community. Growing within ourselves. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. We're probably gonna lose a lot of people when we talk about empowering Black people, but we're about to empower ourselves, and I'm going to make sure that I have my part in doing that. Today's episode is, I don't know if a lot of you know that I have multiple businesses. One of my businesses is Castleberry Health Solutions, and I actually wrote my first book. I actually published my first book a few years ago called Living Like Water, My Escape from the Acid Pit. This book was about how anybody that knows me knows that I used to be like 300 pounds. I used to be like, well, actually it was like 285 to be exact. And I was super unhealthy. I could barely walk upstairs, and I was just a chunky boy that was on my way to the grave. I searched around and tried many, many diets. I mean, man, I tried it all. I tried like the keto crap. I tried to just eating the chicken or just eating the fish. I tried the turkey diet. Man, I worked out heavily. I was running like at least like 5 miles every other day, running and jogging, and just a workout beast. I was in the Cleveland State gym like every other day, playing basketball for like 5-6 hours, like super athlete for real. But I was still a big boy. I was a big boy. I was a biggin. I got some pictures. I have a few pictures. This picture right here, this picture right here, if you see in the first little slide, that was me in high school. That was me in high school. Yeah, I had a full goatee in high school. And you probably can't see my hair, but how my hair is long now. My hair is probably just as long then, but it's in a ponytail. so it looked like a little afro. And then in the second picture, you have me like a few years back. I would say that's a good 10 years back, maybe. No, not even that much. That's like, I think that's like 6 or 7 years in that picture ago. And in that picture, I'm probably like 260. Like 260. Yeah, I was a chunky boy. My beard was on point, though. I'm still a handsome dude. Sitting there hugging my mama. And then in the next picture was after my weight loss journey, and that's at 165 pounds. That's after giving up meat and going on an alkaline diet. So, you know, that was my transformation right there from high school being 160 pounds. No, I don't even think I was 160 then. I think I was like 140. To my adult life where I was 285 pounds. And to my now life, well, in that picture, I'm 165. I'm more like 170 right now because this damn pandemic and this damn injury sitting in here just eating and eating, man. I done gained this weight, goddamn it, after all this hard work. Nah. But, you know, we get back right there. Like you see, I'm still small. Like, I ain't going back big. But like I said, I tried many diets. I tried all that popular stuff. I tried Atkins, all that. None of it worked, even with me jogging like 5-6 miles a day and working out like an absolute monster. Like my weight would go up and down, you know, as long as with my moods too. I mean, I would constantly go from like 160 to like 260. Yeah, I would have 100-pound leap, you know, through all of these fad diets and exercises. Nothing would work. And I come from the Castleberries and the Galloways. We got a lot of heavy set people in our family. Like you would think, like for the majority, both sides of my family, I believe most people are heavy set. Some of the younger cats, they a little slim, athletic for now. But if if they don't take care of themselves, you know, we all naturally tend to get a little heavy set. And like I said, I was down there at 300 pounds and I didn't know what to do. And I wound up doing some research in Cleveland State. I was actually in my class, Cleveland Natural History. And this class, Professor Wiles, this guy was amazing. He took us to Garfield Park and showed us how all these trees were medicinal. How you can eat half the trees in Garfield Park. You can pretty much heal any disease with the trees and wildlife that we have in our metro parks. Like we look at them just regular trees. We walk past them every day, do our trails and everything, not knowing we have everything we need in that park, like to survive. That was an interesting class. But for our finals, to make a long story short, for our finals, we went and I chose to study water, bodies of water, you know, lakes, bogs, ponds, you know, all that good stuff. And what I came across was this startling fact about water. As we all know, they used to tell us like water is 3/4 of our body in school. That's a little off. I believe it's more like 60%. Like our body is more like 60% water, close to there. And with more than half of our body being water, I mean, it just started going in my head like, okay, we're water beings. Like we're water people. You know, like everything is like, you know, like mostly water people. We water people. We're water based. With us being 60%. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if we're 60% water, then anything that affects water should affect us, right? Y'all follow me? So if something is bad for water, that should automatically mean that it's bad for us, since water is 60% of our body. Y'all follow me? Am I going too far? Am I not going enough? Let me know. Like, comment, y'all. Let me know. Like, let's interact with each other. Comment, let me know. Am I on board so far? But we 60% water, and everything we eat, I mean, what everything that happens to water happens to us. So what happens to water? I mean, water is water. You can't not happen to water, can it? Actually, it can. You know, water is the number one thing that sustains life on this planet. But there are things you can do to water that makes it where it can't sustain life. And there's a thing called a dead pond or a dead lake. And it is basically called dead water. And what dead water is when there's either so much plant life that has decayed or so much animal life that has died and decayed in the water that the water becomes so acidic that it can't sustain life. Let me say that again. When water has so much material in it, dead material like animals and plants, the decay in it, it gets so acidic that the water basically becomes acid and it becomes unable to sustain life. So what did this have to do with us? Remember, we're 60% water. Meat. No, first, let's go to meat. Our bodies aren't made, it's not made to digest this. I don't care what excuses you come up with or whatever. We don't have super large fangs to chop it up and bite a big chunk of meat off an animal. We can't do that. Like, we bite an animal, we're gonna fuck around and lose like half of our teeth. Like, you know, or we're gonna be in some real pain, like, and they're gonna look at us like, what the fuck you doing? Us trying to take down a cow with our teeth and our claws, so-called claws. We got little brittle, thin-ass nails that we can't take down animals with. You know, we literally have to have tools to hunt anything. But in nature, anything that eats meat naturally has tools to kill that animal that they need to eat, specifically for that animal that they eat. We have no tools to specifically kill and eat an animal. Even our stomachs, compared to the stomach of a lion's stomach is like 10 times more acidic than ours. And it needs to be because they eat meat. They eat raw flesh. When you eat flesh, you need to have high acid in your body to break it down. We don't have that level of acid. So what happens? The meat literally just sits in your intestines. It just sits in your intestines and it decays. And remember what we said about the water, that all of this decaying matter makes this water acidic, meaning it can't sustain life. It actually becomes poisonous to animals. It actually becomes poisonous to life. You know, where only a few life forms can even survive in it. Our bodies are the same. Once you get your water levels in your body so acidic, your body can't sustain life. Everything that's beneficial, all the life that's beneficial for your body, you're killing it off. All the beneficial bacteria, all that is gone, and you're replacing it with the deadly shit that ain't supposed to be in your body. And I know I'm trying to break that down simple, but it's very complicated. It's very complicated, but it's very simple because, you know, we're water-based. Once we become acidic, we get these side effects. And what are these side effects? All of us have them. Some of us have them in our regular life. It's the runny nose, pimples, acne all over your body, swelling in your body, certain times sweating, you know, coughing up phlegm, all this stuff. Like, our body has to correct itself. And if you find yourself constantly with phlegm, like you're waking up with phlegm all the time, like, your body is detoxing. Usually, like with a cold, those aren't the symptoms of a cold. Like the sneezing and the coughing, the phlegm and all that, those aren't the symptoms of a cold. That is your body reacting to heal that cold, to get rid of that virus, to get rid of whatever virus you're dealing with, you know, and it's only certain ways that we can deal with it. Like, it's the same, like, you know, when you eat acidic, it's constantly eating your body up. It's tearing your body up. And what happens is that your body is in a constant state of healing. You know, basically like if you get punched in the eye. If you get punched in the eye, your eye swells up. You know, it swells up to protect your eye. You know, it's trying to heal. You know, it's the same thing with your body. When you're eating all this acidic stuff, your body swells up. And when your body swells up and it stays swole for too long, it becomes disease. And that's where all disease comes from. Mainly all disease comes from your gut. It's usually your body trying to correct something that you put in there that don't belong in there. Most people who eat meat, well, I ain't gonna say most, everybody who eats meat is suffering from acidosis. Some doctors only tell you have acidosis on certain occasions, but acidosis is literally generally a name for mostly every disease we have, like high blood pressure, all that. It's basically our body trying to correct us from eating all this meat. We're not supposed to eat it. If you eat it, your body's going to swell up from the inside and it's going to cause disease. Your body's not going to function right. It's always going to be trying to heal disease. So, you know, you're going to lose energy. You're going to, your immune system is going to be down. And right now we need our immune systems as best as they can be, you know, dealing with this pandemic. We have to build ourselves up. You have to build yourself from the inside. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. And I guess I'll give a quick plug for my book. I actually do have a book about this. The first book I wrote, you know, and then it talks about my journey from losing weight. It's called Living Like Water, My Escape from the Acid Pit. And I go to a detailed journey. I talk about my family history, you know, how I come from a long line of heavyset people who don't eat right, you know, who eat pretty bad, you know, and it's really not their fault, because we can go back into slavery, you know, where they were giving us the worst parts of the animal and just giving us slop, and we had to kind of make something out of it. And that you know, that's how soul food came here. And as we know, soul food is pretty good, but it's the worst thing you can eat. Like, that's been killing our people for years. A lot of y'all scared of this pandemic. Trust me, meat, high blood pressure, heart disease, then killed a lot more people than that. But there are no mandates for that. Like, they're not mandating what you eat. You know, they're going to mandate your job and all this, but they ain't going to mandate what you eat, which is the most important thing. And what's even more scarier, you know, before I came on, you know, I've been trying to research videos. I've been trying to put some videos so I can show y'all, just so it ain't just my voice. They are censoring anything about healthy living. Like, bruh, you can barely find a video about Dr. Sebby right now. Like, they're blocking anything about healthy living, about building your immune system. Like, social media, that's why I hate social media, man, because it's controlling us. And you literally can't find anything about alkaline living unless you directly follow somebody who talks about it. You're not going to find it. Like, literally, that's all I talk about on my Instagram. That's all I talk about. That's pretty much all I follow. Yet it's not on my timeline. Like, I can't find anything on my timeline about healthy living. Like, in my search, there's nothing about healthy living. There's nothing about the sea moss, the elderberry. There's nothing about building your immune system from within. Like, they're pretty much blocking. And when you do say something about it, you're pretty much getting censored. Like, bruh, the only videos I found of Dr. Sebby, all of them had a censorship on them. Dude, we is in the Matrix. Y'all don't believe me? This is a screenshot that I took. This is Dr. Sebby talking about how to improve your eyesight through healing herbs and all this. And they flagged it as false information. They flagged Dr. Sebby as false information, along with a bunch of his other videos. They flagging it as false information. This is Facebook and Instagram. And for anybody who doesn't know about Dr. Sebby, they've been trying to say that his stuff was fake for years. Yet, they took him to court and He showed these people that he healed of all these illnesses, cancer, AIDS, herpes, all these people that he cured of these incurable diseases. And the judge was like, hey, show me one person that you healed. And the line was basically out of the courthouse, you know what I'm saying? So it was like you couldn't do anything. Like he showed and proved. Yet now that he's passed away, which is some conspiracy with that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see how the medical field went right after Dr. Sebby passed. So it's some controversy with that. But right after he passed, it's like they're banning all of his stuff. The Nick Cannon, who was supposed to be doing a documentary about him, they attacked him and destroyed him. He sold out so quick. Like, man, they beat his head. They beat Nick Cannon's head in until he sold out. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Cannon held on strong for a while, but they beat his head in and he sold out. You know, now we don't even know if the Dr. Sebby documentary even gonna be here. You know, every famous person associated with Dr. Sebby has passed away from mysterious circumstances. Nipsey Hussle, killed by a random snitch and shit. You know what I'm saying? Lisa Lefi Lopez, killed in a plane accident. Like, okay, like if y'all can be blind if y'all want, but the fact that they mandating all this crap and they telling you there's no other way to get yourself healthy but this jab, we in a nightmare right now. Because if all we needed was the jab, how are we here? The jabs are new. That's new technology. We didn't have that technology for thousands and thousands of years. Some say we've been here millions of years. If we made it millions of years, thousands of years, or however long we've been here without these mandates, why do we need them now? And how come they're blocking anybody talking about healthy, natural living, which is what we're supposed to do? If you believe in God, the God-given plants and herbs that were given to, sustain us. If you believe in nature, you know how nature provides for everything. Everything alive, nature provides for. It's called the ecosystem. You know, the web of life that they taught us in school. These are the things that we just seem like we don't understand. Like, it's basic stuff that we were taught in elementary, and now that we adults, we just don't pay no attention to that shit, man. That's horrible. And right now, they are in a complete attack against the black community, against the healthy, the natural healthy community. Like, how could you attack people, telling people to eat healthy, to eat natural, to eat from the earth, to eat from the ground, to eat from the stuff that naturally grows, and instead you want us to get a man-made substance, instead of? What sense does that make, to go for the man-made substance rather than the natural stuff that's naturally made for our body? It makes no sense at all. But we are in a nightmare right now, man. If y'all understand how hard it was to find a Dr. Sebby video, I don't even have one on here because all of them were flagged, and anything flagged, my one little software won't even let me download it. But man, we in the twilight zone, bruh. Like, it's got to the point where I've seen twerking videos where they got the little CDC warning on the bottom. Like why are y'all flagging them? Like, this chick literally just shaking her ass, clapping her booty. Y'all got the CDC jab warning at the bottom. That's what I'm saying. Like, they censorship in the whole world. Like, people are actually starting to make training videos on how to live without Facebook and Instagram because people are starting to realize that Facebook and Instagram, they pretty much work for the government now. Probably always work for the government. But you know how big it is. The government wasn't going to let Facebook just be out there free. They weren't going to let Instagram and social media just be out there free. This is the biggest thing on the planet. You thought the government was just going to let it, just going to leave it alone? They've never left anything alone. So it's like they've taken over, and now all social media is propaganda. That's why you'll only see those stupid ass challenges. You'll see all the twerking videos and all that, but you won't see anything about any knowledge. You won't see anything about people questioning the government or anything unless you already follow those people. And you need to find another way to follow them because they're starting to ban a lot of those people. They banned Rizza Islam, you know, for questioning and putting out real facts. They literally banned him for going to the CDC site and putting up CDC statistics. They banned a couple people for doing that, for putting up CDC statistics. Because if you go to the CDC, you'll see the statistics are not what the politicians are saying. If you look at them statistics, you're going to be like, how the fuck is it a mandate with the statistics looking like this? Where is, I mean, there's a lot we can go over about that jab. I don't want to get banned, so I ain't going to stick on it too long, but they're lying to you. The death rates, they're manipulating the death rates to scare people. And if you aren't in any part of spirituality or know anything about vibrations, fear is a horrible vibration. And it's also, if you know anything about science, biology, fear lowers your immune system. It does. Like, fear shuts your body down and it lowers your immune system. So, you know, something that attacks your immune system, they constantly hitting you with fear. Yeah, your immune system is down. You don't need to be like, you need, I ain't gonna say you need to fake happy thoughts, but you need to get around thoughts that feed your body, because you know your mind is you. Like, all this body and all this other stuff, this is just a shell of what you are. All you are is this sponge in the top of this skull. And everything this sponge at the top of your skull tells your body to do, that's what it does. And when it's fear, your brain kind of shuts down. So it's like your body can't even function right. So it's like right now the whole world is afraid of this virus, and people are fighting each other. People are falling out with each other, and it's nonsense. People are dying from it. Like, we can't deny that. But if we do look at it, the people who are dying from it are mainly like the elderly and people who are unhealthy, heavy set people whose immune systems are compromised. Those are the people who are passing away from it. We have to, and that's serious to look at. But if we're being truthful, that's who we need to protect. We don't, like, if that's who you're protecting, everything else is cool. Why are you mandating the people who are not really affected by it? You know, as a healthy adult, most healthy adults, it's going to be like just another cold. It's going to be like a cold or a flu. You're going to be sick and you're going to get better. And after you're sick, your antibodies are going to build up, which they're even changing that story now. They're even changing the fact that where they say, you know, you get sick and your antibodies learn it and then they fight against it. They're changing that now. They saying your antibodies won't do it. They're saying it's nothing but this jab that does it. Like, and to me, that's made up. And that's why you see all these doctors, all these nurses, all these medical professionals quitting by the thousands and thousands and thousands all over the country, because they know it's some BS going on. And like I said in the last broadcast, like, I'm not saying like the pandemic ain't real, because like I said in the last one, 9/11 was real. We seen it. But we also seen the government don't give a damn about lives, and they use that tragedy to manipulate us, and they lied about us. Colin Powell. They used Colin Powell, who just passed away yesterday. They used Colin Powell to lie to the American people, to go and bomb these Arabic people, you know, to bomb the Middle East. So if you think they killed like over 900,000 people are dead because of that, you think they won't do the same thing with this? You think they won't sacrifice 1 million people to push whatever propaganda they doing? They've done it and they will do it, and they ain't doing it. So we have to pay attention, man. And you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I hate that term, because like they use that as a term to discredit you. You know, when somebody just looking at facts, like, okay, this is fact 1, 2, 3. that means this. If that's a conspiracy, that's that's what they use. A person that says 1, 2, 3 equals this, and then somebody doesn't like it, they tend to tell you it's a conspiracy theory. Nothing I said is a conspiracy theory. I speak nothing but facts. I don't conspire. I just read the facts as they are, and I don't sugarcoat them in no Democratic or Republic rose-colored glasses. No, we just gonna speak it is how it is, and the information that's out here is bad. They're not telling people to stop eating meat. And you know why? Because the meat and produce companies pretty much own this fucking country. The meat and produce companies are the same as the medical companies. And the medical companies and the food and produce are the ones that stand to gain the most out of this. And what are the biggest stocks of the politicians? I just looked this up with Boyce Watkins. He just posted, like, what are the biggest stocks that the politicians are investing in? And guess what they are? People making them vaccinations. If that doesn't scare you, you just a deer in the headlights. Meat and produce, yeah, some of their top stocks. Meat and produce, the number one killer in the world. And the medical field, number one business in the world. Number one money maker in the world. So it's like we are being manipulated. Whatever's out here is real. Like, they already traced it back to, some American funded research over in China, and the research escaped the lab. The researchers got sick. It escaped the lab. They got out. There were some American people, some U.S. embassy people there that were part of this lab that came back to America. And next it's spread everywhere. So yes, it's been proven that your government spreaded it. That the China government, along with your government, spreaded it. Yeah. And that's not me just saying some conspiracy stuff. That's real talk. You can research it. Like, don't ever just listen to me and like be offended by something said, just like don't research it. Research it. They know where it came from. Like, it's documented where it came from, that it came between some Chinese and American scientists that were over there. What they call it? They basically test the functions of viruses. Like, and they actually strengthen the virus. This is the so-called reason. They strengthen the virus so that they can find a way to fight it just in case it gets strengthened. But they're the ones that strengthened it. And once they strengthened it, the lab techs, they got sick. And this is why the American lab techs are there. They got sick and they covered it up. And after they covered it up, it just spread everywhere. It spread all over China and all that. And people were talking about the China stuff, but the U.S. scientists were already back home, and it was already starting to spread over here. And there's your pandemic. What they did, they tested on this sickness. I'm trying to watch my words so they don't ban me. They worked on that little crown thing, the little sickness, and they worked on it so that it would transmit it to humans. It would transmit perfectly in humans because it's a so-called virus from it's a so-called sickness from a bat. We've been, even before this, they were talking about bat diseases and all that. There were many before, and I was looking at this documentary, and they showed like how China was, they put out this public announcement that like, a big pandemic was coming, like that we should be prepared, and that's why we building this center, and I remember some years ago that America did a similar commercial. I can't find it. If one of y'all could find it for me, man, I would love y'all forever. but there was a commercial talking about that there was a big pandemic coming here. It would come on late. It would probably come on like 1 a.m, like after. Actually, when I used to watch the Fight League, I don't know if y'all remember the Fight League. They used to come on regular TV, but it would always seem to come on after that. And it was this big old thing about, you know, the Black Plague and all this happened. When is the next one coming? And I never forget that commercial because it pretty much predicted what happened now. Not only that, I've been, you know, on an alkaline lifestyle for a minute. So I've been following a lot of vegan and vegetarian, like alkaline scholars, you know. And a lot of this stuff you ain't gonna be able to find now because they blocking knowledge. They blocking anybody that talks about this stuff. But the vegan community predicted this pandemic to a T. They predicted it to a freaking T. But it was like we were more on them manipulating these. Well, it is. They manipulated the bat. But we believe that they would manipulate these animals so much that it was going to cause like a rogue cell or some type of virus to go rogue and go crazy because they're manipulating them so much, manipulating their DNA and everything, that it was going to create something that was going to be the next plague, that was going to kill a lot of people. I don't want to say that we told y'all so, but we told y'all asses so. Get away from that fucking meat, man. Y'all have to destroy the fucking meat and produce industries, man. They are the ones causing all this shit. They the ones experimenting on these animals and then putting these jabs in you, man. It's the same companies, bro, owned by the same people. And the politicians that's telling you that's giving you these mandates are the people that worked with these companies for years and years. It's public information. But they know that people don't give a fuck. People don't care about this information. And it's out there. The information is not hidden. This is all public information. The stuff that they invest in, the stuff that they signed, the companies they work for, it's public information, man. Like, they fooling us. They is tearing us up. They tearing us new assholes. But yeah, enough of them. And like I said, we always try to end on a positive note. You know, I appreciate everybody who stood with us this far. I know people got short memory span, short attention spans right now. You know, 10 minutes, people ready to run and jump and just do nothing. But, you know, we need to discuss some of these things. We can't let our people keep falling for the same crap. Castleberry Health Solutions. Man, follow us, man. Like, keep in tune with me, man. I'll keep giving information about health. And I'm not just talking. I've studied long and studied hard, man. We don't play about our health, man. My household, the soldiers I roll with, we don't play about our health. That's why a lot of us not playing with this jab, you know, because I don't believe that a man-made substance can ever be better than nature. Like, there's just no way. There's no way man can beat nature. Nature is what life is. And nature heals. Nature has healed for thousands, maybe millions of years. And now they want us to go against nature. Go against nature if you want, but not me. Here's a little ad about my about Castleberry Health Solutions. My book, Living Like Water. My escape from the acid pit. Let's go. Hey, yo. Stop what you're doing right now and go grab that new book from yours truly. Living Like Water, My Escape from the Acid Pit. Yours truly, DM Castleberry. It's basically about my journey from being a very unhealthy fat boy. It's perfect beside you see right now. But for real, go grab that book, man. It's exclusively on Amazon right now. Get it for your Kindle, or you can get a paperback. Kindle's $2.99, paperback $5.99. Please do support. We are starting a movement. We are serious about this movement. We want to continue to give you tips, good information, so that you also can live your healthy life, live your best life. Don't go back and forth with these cats. But it's your boy DM Castleberry, and I'm out. Castleberry Health Solutions. There you have it. There you have it. Castleberry Health Solutions. Living like water. My escape from the acid pit. Available on Amazon right now. You'll see my journey. You'll see a lot of detail in there that I couldn't go over right now. I try to give y'all as much information as I can. Hopefully y'all listen to it, man. I know some people ready to debate me on some meat eating because people don't want to get a bacon up. People don't want to give up them pork chops. People don't want to give up that steak, chicken, fried chicken. Gotta love that chicken from Popeyes. Man, I hate that song, man. That's so coonish. But man, bro, eat better, man. It's I guess I had to leave with if you eat meat, you got worms in your stomach, either a tapeworm or the small worms, but you definitely got worms in your stomach. If you're cool with having worms in your stomach, continue to eat meat. If you don't like worms in your stomach, like, I mean, I know some people don't like to look at worms, some women, but we got worms in their stomach and we keep eating them. Like, yeah, every form of meat has worms in it. So, yeah, stop eating worms, man. And with that, I got to say, what up, what up, what up? Enjoy the rest of your day. We might be on here a little later talking about something else, but stop eating worms and start eating fruits, and your life will be so much better. Let's go. One life to live.